Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. My name is Muhammad ASRAN bin LATAGA. I am a second year student of Bachelor of Education in Teaching English as Second Language at Open University Malaysia Tawau Learning Center. The purpose of this speech is to talk about culture in completing assignment for English for oral communication. Did you know, as foodies, this is one of our favorite interesting facts about Malaysia. Everywhere across the country, you'll find hawker stalls selling a range of delicious freshly made foods like laksa, Indian-inspired roti canai, the national dish Nasi Lemak, and so much more. The entire country is a heaven for foodies. So, now I'm going to invite all of you to join me in my journey explaining my speech about the legend of Nasi Lemak, a humble cuisine representing Malaysian culture. There are going to be four main points that I'm going to explain to you throughout this speech. Introduction. As an introduction, let's talk about culture. So what is culture? Culture is the characteristic and knowledge of particular group of people encompassing language, religion, cuisine, social habits, music, and arts. Culture encompasses religion, food, what we wear, how we wear it, our language, marriage, music, what we believe is right or wrong, how we sit at the table, how we greet visitors, and many other million things by Christina De Rossi 2017. So, Malay cuisine is known for its vibrant and diverse flavors, eclectic influences, and rich history. Historically, Malaysia was part of an incredibly successful spice trade, most records of which date back to the 15th century. With so many dishes to consume, Malaysia offers a tour of culinary delights and culture, serving up and intriguing flavors. So what's so special about this Malay cuisine? The special traits that was mentioned by Anudin 2013 define Malay food by 5 characteristics. The first one, rich in herb and spices. Number 2, coconut milk is one of the main ingredients. Number 3, usually spicy. Number 4, meat is usually stewed with a thick gravy. And number 5, fried fish and seafood are usually seasoned with turmeric powder. Malay cuisine, especially in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, and Brunei, are similar because it comes from the same cultural root. So let's go into our first main topic. Is Nasi Lemak truly Malaysian? Nasi Lemak that include coconut rice, chili, on the side, silvers of anchovy, nuts, and boiled egg made the Malaysians' national dish, Nasi Lemak. A simple everyday meal gracing the dinner table of Malaysians all across the country. This beloved dish has a story as humble as its ingredients. The Nasi Lemak started off as a farmer's meal. The rice, oils, and the fish provided in the balanced diet in one packet, a recipe of Malay origin. Next, the history of Nasi Lemak. An expert and researcher in culture, tradition, and heritage in Southeast Asia, as well as the founder of Nusantara Academy of Development, Geocultural Ethno-Linguistics, Ahmad Najib explained that Nasi Lemak definitely started within the Malay society in Southeast Asia. He added, they were very mobile people, and the concept of coconut milk rice was a slow invention that spreads throughout the different countries. How it was created? It started with the story of Mak Kuntum. Mak Kuntum is the widow, and her daughter Sri lived in a small village in Malacca during the Malaccan Sultan 1400 until 1511. As the story goes, Mak Kuntum had to go out to work, leaving her only daughter Sri to take care of the household. One day, While cooking, Sri accidentally spilled the coconut milk into a boiling pot of rice. When Mak Kuntum returned home to a fragrant pot of rice, she asked, "Apa kau masak ni, Sri?" Which means, "What did you cook, Sri?" Later then Sri said, "Nasi lemak," which means, "It's a rice, Mom." So that's how nasi lemak was created. Move on to the next main point, the unique ingredients or unique elements of nasi lemak. The first one, the santan rice. Plain white rice is steamed in coconut milk, not cooked, for the risk of burning the rice is higher. Coconut milk or santan is the lemak of the dish, which means the richness, the highest richness is from the coconut milk. Often, cooks add a little extra something to personalize the flavor of the rice, such as ginger, lemongrass, shallots, but always pandan to create the trademark subtle taste. Next is the sambal. A spicy semi-sweet chili paste is drizzled on the side of the plate. Malaysians, being of multicultural Asian heritage, have a fondness for spices that can't be found anywhere else in the world. More signature-worthy than the rice, these crucial elements to the nasi lemak can range from a complementary sweetness to a bold spiciness. The chili oils provide great mix for the rice, giving it that beautiful vermilion stain. And the last part, fried anchovies, nuts, cucumber, and boiled eggs. These handful of side dishes help transform the packet into a nutritionally balanced meal. The anchovies are usually the fatter, flat variety instead of the little thin one. The egg might come sliced in half, but without even one of these, the nasi lemak is unacceptable. Now, move on to the next main point, the traditional versus the modern version of nasi lemak. So, in the traditional ways, nasi lemak contain all the elements that I already said just now, which is the sambal, the anchovies, the peanut, the boiled eggs, the cucumber. It is also usually they put it on a banana leaf or wrap it up with banana leaf, which give more fragrance and aroma to it. And then the traditional cooking equipment was being used. For example, the rice was being cooked inside a pot, and they are using a lesung batu, which is a mortar and pestle. Let's watch this video on how they were cooking rice traditionally. So as you can see, there were no rice cooker used, and you can imagine that there were no stove at that time, so they were cooking it using just a wok and a campfire. So that's how the process of the rice being cooked. Okay, next, let's see what about the modern nasi lemak. The modern nasi lemak is usually being cooked using a modern cooking equipment. As what I said before, we didn't even use pots right now because we already have a rice cooker. So we cook the rice inside a rice cooker, though the ingredients remain the same. A lot of additional components also can be chosen right now, from sambal sotong to a fried chicken to a beef rendang, and the combinations were endless, and we could have it for breakfast every day. Other than that, new innovation like nasi lemak MOHD, nasi lemak pizza, nasi lemak ice cream, and nasi lemak burger can be found nowadays. So a lot of variations. As a conclusion, throughout the years, food in Malaysia has evolved. Evolution meaning that most of the food still tastes the same, but the evolution is the preparation process has been altered. Some of the traditional food in Malaysia may not taste the same, but it is still content of the same ingredients and the nutrition are remain the same. This is because many people has altered and experimented the recipe of our traditional food. Lastly, as a reminder, although we change a lot and we improve our social life a lot, we still have to make sure that we preserve the unique culture of our own country, which is Malaysia, so that our future generations can experience it too. Let's make the legend of Nasi Lemak great again. So that's all from me. Thank you.